Aye, Mazo! Well, to our leader,
What's up,
our
man?
comrade.
What's up, man?
So now let's talk about this. Now you have a topic here. You're saying marriage in heaven. What is that, my nigga?
What is that? What the fuck, bro? Why are you tripping, dog?
No one's tripping. Alright, take us to it.
So what this is inspired by, anybody that reads Bible literature. Remember, Tina, I say it's cut copy paste lah. We get the idea. In the book of Revelations now, it's the only book that talks to the reader and says, hey reader, check this out. If you do the things in this book, blessed you are. Yes. So now in this book, there's at the end of the book, there's called what you call a marriage. The marriage of the Lamb, and that type of vibe. Yes. So now also conceptually in the book, there's this idea of a spiritual Israel, 12 tribes, and then all these other nations marrying themselves to this particular tribe, of Israel, spiritual Israel. You know what I'm saying? So now this social experiment is like, okay, let's say the hypothesis is that the Bantu people are this spiritual Israel. You get what I'm saying? And then the different tribes, white, let's say Caucasian, right?
Either way, how you
Caucasian, Asian, Indian, and who?
An African.
No, Bantu is African.
Okay, so it's okay.
Arab, right?
Yeah.
Right. All these different ethnicities will join themselves to the Bantu people. What was the claim of one of the guys called Isaiah Shembe? Was he claimed that Bantu people are spiritual Israel? Okay. Right.
And
so,
what does that mean? I want you to
What does that mean? So what the implication was, right, was the fact that he put down 3 prayers, which were requests to implement a heaven on earth. That is basically what it is. Right. That was his request. Now the Zulu social experiment is about responding to the request and saying, yes, we heard the prayer, bro. Now here it is, and we declare it. Declare it is here. Right. So now what we're going to do is an exercise of saying, hey guys, be aware there was somebody amongst the Bantu people that made a request for heaven and earth. And then we say, hey guys, this is a declaration of sovereignty. This is what a heaven and earth looks like. So this is how we get all these different ethnicities to engage and be like, all right, we understand what you're saying. This is what heaven and earth should be like. So we're getting a discussion. This is an open discussion. We say, do you guys buy into the Bantu way of life? Because the entire world essentially has bought into the Western idea of economy. Right.
Yes.
Now we're proposing the Bantu way of economy. And now we're saying...
Can I test you on that one?
Yes, test me.
So let's say, this is how it works. I'm going to use like the common way to understand the economy in terms of how it splits, and not necessarily the economy itself, but like ideologies behind economies.
Yes.
Right. So this is a capitalist way, and this is a
There's 2 types of economies here.
Sure.
Right? There's communist and capitalist. There's always been a war. So all the nations live on basically one of the 2 extremes, or somewhere in between. Now we're saying, hang on, nah, guys, leave that. Here is the Bantu economy, founded on the principles in the prayer request. And now we are actually educating people on what that would look like and having a discussion. So I will be doing lectures every day. So what we'll be doing? Right, we'll be doing 3 things. right? We'll be doing the request, one of the requests, right? Discussing that, and then the response, right? So day 1 will have the request done. Day 2 will have a response. Day 3 will have the request done. Day 4 will have the response, and so forth and so forth. So on a daily basis, one of the points, this is what we call the Marriage in Heaven poll. One of the points will be discussed at length. We'll have somebody from the Bantu community, and then from the other communities, right? Discussing these points. And that's where we begin the discussion. So we'll be having, on a day-to-day basis, we'll be measuring how people receive this information.
Okay.
So this is the Marriage in Heaven. So we're trying to, it's like Sashela, man, perfect,
Yeah, it's
you know.
No, so is it safe to say, maybe for lack of a better term, is almost like a bartering system where
What, the Bantu economy?
Yeah.
No. Essentially not. No.
You know why I'm asking it like this? Maybe
Yeah.
there's a skills exchange that we're having. Or maybe, or you're talking.
I'm saying no. I'm saying the difference is that now the Bantu economy is essentially every human being is able to measure value. You see,
This can be accomplished.
so that's how we're able to, let's say, XYZ barter. We don't have to have physical money for a transaction to happen.
But
I can value my skill, my input. See, for example, we coming together today. We can value your input, my input, and then at the end of the day, when we're reaping the financial rewards, we can actually, share according to our input.
yes.
So this is what we're trialing, even with this social experiment. Remember, I'm saying those people who participate in the polls are making an actual input. In the Western economy, that input will never be measured, because when you start a company, it's about how much money do you have? How much money do you have? You put it, you see. But we don't measure the sweat or you know what I mean?
Yes.
So now we're empowering people in this economy, the Bantu type economy. What is the kingdom of heaven on earth? This type economy, skill-driven economy, to say the guys with skill can value their skill.
Yeah.
So when they make a contribution, you know what I mean, it's valued. So we're moving away from, if I don't have money in my pocket, I got no value.
Yes, I have skill.
If I have skill and ability and a vision, I can write myself $1 million check. This is the Kanye attitude.
Yes, it is.
You get what I'm saying? That I can literally be whoever my imagination and my capabilities make me.
Yeah.
As long as I have the backing of my community.
What is that song? Nah, wait till I get my money right. Right, yeah.
So in that context, Kanye, if you listen to the hook of that track, he's not talking about one day when I get money.
So I'm gonna be like, he's saying,
he's saying, just let me get my money plan right. Let me get my plan. Let me get that.
Yes, the execution of when I.
That, you know what I'm saying? Let me get my plan right.
Yes.
You're gonna say, when I can see the dollar signs, I'm like, oh, when I do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, and then ka-ching. Yes. You know what I mean? Let me get the plan to get the.
So in this case, what you're giving us here is insights of what you were talking about and how to implement.
Essentially. So we are saying Bantu way, Bantu economy section about it. Indian, Chinese, is a life.
Yeah, let's talk about
Come on, girl, come on. So that's how we end up having a marriage in heaven, when the rest of the other ethnicities subscribe and ratify. It's called ratify in formal English.
Yes.
See, when you have a convention, people propose that, like, this is what we think are ideals, that, and then people say, we are willing to ratify that. So, for example, on an international scale, South Africa has ratified various conventions, international conventions. So this is the same. We are proposing a new economy. Right, a skill-driven and equitable economy. And we want to see members of the community, whether they will be willing to ratify that and say, you know what, I can fuck with that. I can throw ass. I want to throw ass, nigga. So this is how the Bantu peoples become like the groom, sheltering the bride. This is the idea in the book of Revelations where Israel, spiritual Israel, the nations attach themselves to spiritual Israel. Right. You get what I mean? So this is not a racial attack on anybody. Let's not trip, guys.
Yes.
We've all heard of the idea of Israel, and we all know, even the Christians know.
The Garden of Eden too.
Come on, guys, that one day the nations will attach themselves to.
So basically, what you're giving us is an exodus in the biblical terms.
It's an exodus, and essentially what it is. Once this marriage happens, we get to what we can call the promised land, spiritual Canaan, the heaven on earth. That's what it is. So that's what we're proposing. We are saying a Bantu-style economy is a heaven on earth. So here we school and we say, guys, here it is, dog. What you saying? Come on, dog.
Yes.
Come on, my dog. You know what I'm saying? You know. So that's what's dope. You guys fuck with that. I hope.
So there's some Bob Marley type stuff.
Yeah. Hey, somebody's smoking trees, dog. Yeah, but we sober up in this.
I feel you.
Right,
You know what? I'm gonna sing it out so we know what this actually is. I got a theme song for this, an anthem. Won't you help to sing these songs of freedom? 'Cause all I ever have, redemption songs.
That's Bob Marley. Yeah, that's dope. You say, oh, sweet, but dog.